Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into yesterday's baseball action.
Right.
It's easy to just glance at the box scores, we all do it, but we want to go a bit deeper.
Yeah, look beyond the numbers.
Exactly. We're going to unpack the real stories from a full day of games. And wow, what a day. We saw tight finishes, some really dominant performances, and yeah, a couple of genuine surprises.
That's the plan. So our mission for you today isn't just reading off results.
What?
We're trying to pull out those key narratives, understand maybe the subtle shifts in momentum. And it's amazing how, a single day on the diamond can tell you so much about a team's character, maybe where they're headed.
It really can.
Each game yesterday, truly, it had its own unique story, like a little snapshot of the bigger season.
And the range of games was pretty incredible, wasn't it? I mean, you had those super tight, really crucial divisional battles.
Yeah, huge playoff implications.
And then you had these, like, lopsided wins that sent some really clear messages across the league.
No doubt about it.
So here's where it gets really interesting for you listening. Paying attention to these specific results, well, it gives you a kind of shortcut.
Right.
A shortcut to being genuinely well-informed about how the season's actually unfolding. You get insights that, cut through all the noise.
Okay, let's dive in then. Where should we start?
Let's unpack the American League East.
Mm.
Always high stakes there.
Always competitive.
We saw that classic clash, Red Sox and Orioles.
Mm.
Boston just squeaked by 4-3.
Yeah, that felt like more than just a game, didn't it?
It really did. A battle of wills, almost.
Right.
Boston got that early lead, maybe around the third, strung some hits together.
Timely hitting, yeah.
But the Orioles, I mean, they're just so resilient this year. They kept chipping away. Gunnar Henderson, solo shot in the eighth, made it a one-run game. Nail-biting finish.
And what's fascinating there, for Boston, it wasn't just, another win. It felt like a real test of their grit.
Uh-huh.
Their rookie closer, Cutter Crawford, he's in this super high-pressure spot in the ninth. Heart of the Orioles order up.
Oof, yeah.
And he strikes out Adley Rutschman. Tricky split finger, tying run on base. I mean, that shows composure, right? That's more than just talent.
Absolutely. Doing that in a one-run divisional game.
It's a huge psychological boost. Gives them a real edge, potentially, as this AL East race tightens up.
And for the O's.
Well, look, it's a tough loss, no doubt, but fighting back like that against a good team, even falling short, it just proves they're legit contenders.
Good point.
Like you said, this game was kind of a microcosm of the whole division, wasn't it? Competitive, unpredictable, always dramatic. Every pitch feels like it matters.
Totally. Okay, then shift gears a bit. The Rays.
Wow. Yeah, they made a
A
statement.
resounding one. They just steamrolled Cleveland, 9-0, shutout.
Total domination.
Their offense was just relentless.
Yeah.
Right from the start, they jumped on some early walks, got those timely hits when they needed them. You could see the Guardians pitchers getting frustrated by, the fifth inning.
Oh, yeah. And Isaac Paredes, he'd been kind of quiet. Breaks out with that big two-run homer in the third. That really seemed to open the floodgates.
It did.
And this performance, it's not just the win itself, it's the message, right? It tells the league, hey, the Rays are hitting their stride.
Perfect timing.
Exactly. Their lineup is clicking. Deep roster, everyone contributing. I think, 7 different guys got hits?
Yeah, something like that. Shows their depth.
But it raises a big question for Cleveland, doesn't it? Their pitching is usually their strength.
Tough feeling.
And it was just uncharacteristically off. Shane Bieber, their ace, he struggled with command early, walking 3 guys in the first 2 innings. That's not like him at all.
Very unusual.
So they've got to regroup fast, figure out what went wrong. Because a loss like that decisive, it can kind of linger if you don't address it.
For sure. Okay, one more from the AL East. Yankees and Nationals. Yanks win big, 10-5.
Yeah, they flex their muscles there.
Big time. Just pure offensive firepower overwhelming the Nats. Juan Soto, massive 3-run homer in the 5th. That really got them going.
And then Judge followed up right after, didn't he? Solo shot.
Yep, next inning. Just boom, boom.
That definitely reinforces who the Yankees are, right? They can just out-hit you on any given night.
Absolutely.
Especially when those big guys, Soto and Judge, are connecting like that. It's just such a weapon, that quick strike offense.
But the Nats did put up 5 runs themselves.
That's true, against a pretty good team.
Mm.
So does that tell you maybe something about the Yankees pitching being a bit vulnerable? Or is it more about the Nationals finding ways to score?
That's a really sharp question. I think maybe a little bit of both.
Okay.
The Yankees bullpen did give up a couple late runs. They'll want to tighten that up for sure.
Yeah.
But I also think it says something about the Nationals fight. Josiah Gray, their starter, he had a rough go early on,
He did.
but their lineup didn't fold. C.J. Abrams had a couple of hits. They kept battling, showed they can generate some offense even against top teams.
So maybe a slight concern for the Yankees pen, but definitely a positive sign, a silver lining maybe, for Washington's offense.
Exactly. Okay, so the AL East, just a mix of everything. Intense rivalries, blowouts, power displays.
Always delivering drama.
But, if you thought those stories were interesting, the National League East had its own share of surprises yesterday. Completely different vibe in some ways.
Yeah, let's shift over there. What stood out?
Well, maybe the biggest upset of the day, honestly. A real eye-opener. The Marlins beat the Braves 2-1.
Whoa. Okay. Holding that Braves offense to 1 run.
Right. The Braves, known for just crushing the ball, they were just stifled all game long.
So the big takeaway there has got to be like a cautionary tale for Atlanta, right? A wake-up call.
Definitely.
It's a reminder that even the best teams, the most powerful lineups, they're vulnerable sometimes. Anyone can get beat on any given night.
Keeps them honest. Prevents complacency, maybe.
Exactly. And you got to credit the Marlins starter, Yuri Perez. Wow. Masterful performance.
What do you do?
7 shutout innings. Kept mixing his fastball and changeup beautifully. Kept those Braves hitters completely off balance.
Impressive from a young guy against that lineup.
Totally. And for Miami, that's just a huge confidence booster. It proves to them, hey, we can hang with the best in this division if our pitching shows up like that.
Big statement win for them.
Absolutely. Trying to shake things up.
Okay, then the other NL East game. Completely different story. Mets versus Phillies. The Mets just exploded offensively. Absolutely pummeled the Phillies 13-3.
13-3. Wow. Okay, so the Mets bats finally came alive.
In a massive way. Pete Alonso, 2 homers. Francisco Lindor hit a grand slam in the 6th. Just blew the game wide open. Dominant stuff.
Looking at the bigger picture, that game really shows you the kind of explosive potential that Mets lineup has when it clicks.
For sure.
When their stars deliver like that, Alonso, Lindor, it could be a catalyst, Give their whole team a jolt of confidence, maybe spark a hot streak.
Could be. And for the Phillies. Just forget about it, move on.
Well, saying treat it as an outlier might be a bit too simple. I mean, a 13-3 loss. Sometimes that exposes more than just an off night. Maybe some cracks in the bullpen, maybe defensive issues. Things that need addressing.
That's a really good point. So what do they need to do then, beyond just, turning the page, to make sure it was just a one-off? Especially with their bullpen, which is usually solid, getting hit hard late.
Well, obviously you look at the pitching matchups and tactics. But beyond that, maybe a deeper review of situational pitching calls. Are guys getting tired? Do arms need rest?
Makes sense.
A blowout like that can expose fatigue, or maybe predictable pitch sequences. And defensively, too, you got to recommit. A couple of mental mistakes seem to help the Mets rallies along.
Right. Those can snowball.
Exactly. It's about rebuilding that confidence, not just for the pitchers, but for the whole team defense that had to stand out there while the runs piled up.
Good insights. Okay, so let's broaden the view a bit. It wasn't just about the East divisions yesterday. We saw all kinds of performances across both leagues.
Right, the full spectrum.
Some sheer dominance, but also some really gritty, tough wins. The kind that tell you about a team's character.
Yeah, those back and forth games.
Like, look at the Dodgers. Another day, another dominant win. 7-0 over the Reds.
Masterclass.
Just total control. Pitching was basically untouchable. Offense, efficient as always. Bobby Miller, their starter, just fantastic.
What was working for him?
Pounding the zone with a dominant fastball. Got like 10 swings and misses in just 6 innings. Reds hitters looked lost.
Yeah, that's a clear reminder, isn't it, why the Dodgers are always in that conversation for best team in baseball.
Consistently excellent.
It's not an exception for them. It's almost expected. They just professionally dismantled the Reds. Great pitching, plus an offense that found holes. I noticed they beat the shift a few times with ground balls.
Oh, interesting tactical point.
Yeah, small thing, but it adds up. It just sets them apart. They really feel like the team everyone else is chasing.
And for the Reds, what's the lesson?
Gotta learn from it. Plate discipline, finding ways to battle against elite arms that challenge you constantly. It's tough.
Definitely. Okay, shifting gears again. Another really tight one. A slugfest, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Cardinals and Pirates. Cards win 7-6. Runs came in bunches, back and forth, went right down to the wire.
Love those kinds of games.
Nolan Arenado, big 2-run double, bottom of the 8th. That ended up being the difference. Clutch hit.
See, that kind of win, that gritty, come from behind victory, that tells you so much about a team's character.
How so?
It shows their fighting spirit,
Mm,
veteran leadership stepping up like Arenado did, those high leverage moments. Winning those builds a team's belief, their identity.
like a building block for the season.
Exactly. You look back on wins like that, it fosters resilience, that feeling you're never out of it. And hey, credit the Pirates too.
Right, they almost pulled it off.
Yeah, putting up 6 runs. They can take some pride in that offensive showing. Shows their young guys can hang tough.
True. Okay, one more result to highlight. Angels and Rangers. This one was kind of surprising.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Angels shut out the Rangers, 4-0. Pretty one-sided,
You know,
honestly.
the Rangers, they've been good.
Exactly. But the Angels just put it all together. Stellar pitching, got the key hits when they needed them. They can still put on a show.
And let me guess. Shohei Ohtani had something to do with it.
Bingo. He was just unbelievable. Pitched 8 shutout innings and hit a 2-run homer in the 5th, provided his own run support.
Okay, so yeah, that's not just individual brilliance. That's Ohtani being Ohtani.
Pretty much.
That kind of two-way dominance, even on a team that's had its struggles this year, it's a huge factor.
Definitely.
And it's a wake-up call for a team like the Rangers, right? Leading the division, maybe feeling good.
Can't take a night off.
Exactly. Can't overlook anyone, especially when you're facing that kind of elite, game-changing talent who can literally beat you by himself.
It really shows how one guy can just carry a team sometimes.
It absolutely does. Forces even the best teams to bring their A game every single night.
So, wrapping it all up, yesterday's games really were, just a perfect example of why baseball's so great, right? Unpredictable, thrilling.
Yeah, totally.
You had the powerhouses doing their thing, the underdogs pulling off shocks, rivals battling it out. Just captivating stuff.
Absolutely. And like we said at the start, these weren't just, random games. They're evolving stories.
Mm-hmm.
Each one adds another little chapter to the big narrative of the season. Shows you how individual brilliance fits with team resilience, how strategy can beat talent sometimes, how quickly momentum can swing.
Okay.
These results, they're definitely going to shape the playoff races, the conversations, for the next few weeks. Who's hot? Who's maybe facing some tough questions?
Family for thought.
Definitely. So, thinking about all these different ways teams won yesterday, you had the dominant shutouts like the Dodgers and Angels, the really gritty one-run wins like the Red Sox and Cardinals, those surprising upsets like the Marlins. What single factor do you think, when you boil it all down, truly defines a team's potential and resilience over that long, grinding 162-game season?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is a fantastic question to chew on. Because you're right, yesterday showed winning comes in all shapes and sizes. What
Yeah.
really makes a team great long term? Lots to think about there. Thanks for diving deep with us today.